I started my SOC journey, it was typically I have started my journey from IDBI Bank. So that time RBI was emphasizing for all large banks to set up in-house SOC, that is called captive SOC. So that was when we were already into MSSP model and we switched back to the captive in-house SOC. So you'll mostly find that almost all the large public sector banks typically will have their own captive SOC, because that time RBI was very strict. They said no, you should not be on the MSSP model. You build your own capabilities, you build your own in-house SOC. So that time I built the in-house SOC for IDBI Bank. But the thing is that developing in-house capabilities is very difficult. Typically in a banking scenario, when people are transferred every 3 years, so it is very difficult to So what we did was that in-house SOC, but outsource the resources to third party. There also we find a lot of challenge, because in SOC the attrition rate was very high. Still it is. Still in my current organization, I can feel that. The reason behind is that is the demand supply gap. Demand is very high and supply is limited. Especially for L1 analysts, what they do is that when they are L1 analysts, they learn about the technology, they know about how to integrate and all. Within 1 or 2 years, they are aspiring for becoming L2 engineers, because everyone wants to just 2x, 3x to their salary. And in our organization, it is very difficult to retain those employees, because they are saying, "Yeah, I am getting 2x salary. Can you retain me?" It's very difficult. Second is, if you are not integrating new devices into the SOC, then another challenges comes is the boredom, or you can say that a person gets bored. L1, L2, they will say that sir, ek hi screen ko we are seeing from last 3 months. There is no change. There is no new learning. That becomes another challenge for us. Then came that we will automate the L1 job by introducing SOAR. So the same security vendor who sold us SIM came us for selling SOAR. Though SOAR was not very much success, I can vouch for that. It's not a very much success. The reason behind is one is psychological impact, because L2 engineers who are there on the field does not support much for integrating the SOAR platform, because they feel that abhi to L1 ka kaam automate hua hai, then their job will also become automated, and then their job will become redundant. Second is the skill set gap. Third is the risk. Now I will tell you an example. Sometimes we get a threat intelligence, and it says some IP as a malicious IP. Now, if you have to do an action, what this SOC team does, it sends that malicious IP to the network team or whoever is managing the firewall to block it at the firewall. They check the reputation and share it with the firewall team. But then it is a manual check, so at least they check whether this IP, we have found sometimes, even in the RBI advisories or certain advisories also, I have found out that the IP given was from Google. Now we cannot block that IP, but if we, integrate SOAR, the challenge is that, whatever the IP will come as, bad reputation, it will automatically go and block at the firewall. Now it will be very difficult, because the business will be totally impacted, and that time doing the root cause is very difficult, because it will do every day that job. Now suppose in last 1 day, if you have blocked 30 or 40 IPs, now we have to troubleshoot by unblocking one by one each to test which IP is impacting the business impact. Third came that UEBA. I know, though it is very good, but the problem that we faced in integrating UAB with the old school method of SOC solutions, like we were using RSA Net Witness, or if you're using HP ArcSight, it is not very convenient to integrate with these new AI/ML based security solutions. So that is why if you see the new platforms, like Logarithm is coming with that, Cyber. So now the new generations of SOC, what we say as a next gen SOC, typically integrates well, because that is we have seen from the personal life also, if something is coming as a blended thing, it is automated bind to each other. But something that is old thing and we want to bind new solution, it is very difficult to bind. That is why old SOC plus UEBA plus SOAR did not succeed. That is why now everybody is coming with the next gen SOC with embedded SOAR and UEBA as an you can say as USPs that they call this. Now everybody has now moved from AV to EDR or MDR or XDR, whatever the jargon you say. So that also has got a lot of telemetry. Earlier, the only AV or plain AV, what we say, did not have that much telemetry except the IPs, hostname, what is the system infected. Now in the latest EDR, whatever you are using, CrowdStrike, Sentinel-1, Trend Micro, even now it has upgraded. You can see, the lateral movement of the connections also. So it gives a lot of telemetry. So now if you integrate EDR with your new next-gen SOC, it gives you a complete visibility. Because now you are not only monitoring the endpoints talk with the firewall, that connection, if suppose some system is infected with a CNC and then it is trying to connect a CNC server, so the connection will be from the host infected system to the infected domain or IPs. So the log will be captured at the firewall also. Now you can correlate. The correlation becomes very easy because you have got a lot of telemetry and a common, or you say a primary key to map those accounts. So that is why the next gen SOC, whatever you use, be it from Cyber or anyone, it is very. And the second thing is ease of integration, because now everybody is we talks about digital transformation. Even this security transformation is happening from plain AV to next gen EDR, MDR. From plain we used to say VPN, now we say zero trust, SASE, SSE, whatever. So everything has transformed from the plain security solutions to now AI ML based, because now behavior based monitoring is more. So that is what it comes to play, that we integrate with these solutions with the next gen SOC, so that we get a real time visibility. Even if suppose somebody wants to have any communication established with these infected or malicious IPs or URLs, typically we'll get an automated alert, and if we have SOAR implemented, it will go and block it the firewall also. And it has brought some ease to the security professional also. Now typically for me, I have a hands-on experience because I have set up SOC from the scratch in IDBI Bank and Canara Bank. Both places I have done the captive SOC implementation. But now when we are going into MSSP model or as a you can say SOC as a service, typically it becomes very easy for us, because what we have to do is just log forwarding, and the main challenge is the resource augmentation or managing of the resource is now the headache of the partner. At least we have someone whom we can thrash. Otherwise we were getting thrashed. At least now we can say if the resource is not there, if L2 is not there, we can take penal actions. I know the same challenge will be faced by them also in getting a resource onboarded, but the management does not count that if we had our in-house SOC, because they will say no L2, no L3, no 24/7, then it becomes very challenging for us.